All right, and we are now live. I think we are live. Yes, we are. Good evening. This is Andre down here in Jacksonville, Florida, of Overcoming the Odds. Just wanted to get ready to share with you guys some great information that we want to mention. Since last week we covered traffic, but now this week we're going to be covering more of the leads and the conversions uh, using social media to get the to just get your pretty much your business rolling, whatever it is they promoting. So without any further ado, let's take it out to the UK to introduce one of my other business partners.
Hey everyone, my name's Neil Henson. Currently residing in the UK, so it's 11 p.m. my time. But always happy to be here because this is what we do. But tonight we're going to be going through. Last week we did traffic. If you didn't see that, then reach out to one of us. We can always give you a copy of that so you can review it. But today we're going to be talking about how to convert that traffic into leads, which ultimately will help you build a relationship with and transition that into actual sales, because if you haven't got the traffic, you're not going to get the leads. But if you haven't got the leads, that's the other thing as well. So that's what we're going to be going through tonight, and this is going to be covering a whole spectrum of social media platforms and just different ways that you can actually use to generate leads, and hopefully take you a few aha moments or a few thinking ideas of what you might be able to do. So I'm not going to say too much. We'll cover that in throughout this hangout. So I'm going to pass it across to Patricia.
Patricia, you muted.
Hi, now you can hear me. Sorry about that. Yes, my name is Patricia Henry, and I am on the west coast of the United States in California, sunny California, and I live up in the high desert. So it's chilly here. It's freezing. But yes, we're going to talk about leads. How do you get leads into your business, especially if you have an online business? We know that if you have a store, that your leads are going to walk right by your store, see your storefront. But even at that, you're going to need advertising, you're going to need a sign, you're going to need things to attract them in. So what do we do to attract our leads in? So we're going to talk about that.
All right, all right. Now, obviously, before we get into the information, we're not going to guarantee you any results. So please see the disclosure statement, income disclosure statement below too. But because results aren't typical, but they are possible too. So just keep that in mind too. So yes, even though results are typical as they do vary, they are very possible. So we just want to just for starters too, this when it comes to using social media. And Neil, how many times have we talked about this too? We can really be honest with you, start with the don'ts, because I don't know how many times we got on tangents seeing this on social media too, and uh, especially in groups. We talked about this probably about a couple months ago on Blab. Neil and I were just going on a tangent as far as the don'ts what we see, as far as people will post the information of their opportunity, and again, not bashing on the company or opportunity, not saying that whatsoever too, but there are better ways of doing that to get obviously to attract your potential users too. Not now, for example, since all network marketing companies are solving a problem, there are ways to just pretty much do it a little bit more professionally, other than just spamming too. Or let's say if you post some information on a group. I don't know if you have had this problem happen before, that you have somebody that will post another spam comment below your same post that you put down, and it's like obviously it's not congruent with what you want to. And again, you should not have to do that. You don't have to do that too, especially if you want to get your leads too. And again, for those off my world, don't worry, we'll be talking about YouTube because we're gonna be looking for ways to share information for you as well too. But obviously, for as I mentioned just a few moments ago, something of value too. It's solving a problem. For starters too. That's where you're going to get your potential customers, potential prospects too, to get their interest. Have something that just will have something of interest too. Social media is obviously a great way, and obviously we're going to be talking more free methods here today, not so much the paid way too, as far as getting those leads to conversion. Um, I guess we can start off with the simple three things, if I'm not mistaken. You know, for one, blog, two, having an autoresponder, three, having a lead capture page. As far as getting this information too, so you can now have your you can now get in contact with your information with your prospects literally daily if you choose to, do so. So you know, if I'm not mistaken, I know you guys too, my fellow partners, my panel can also back me up on that as well too, as far as those three things to get started too before we really start to go knee diving into the information we want to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I hear it time and time and time again, and if you like me actually watch regular trainings, especially of the top gurus. I mean, these are the people you want to be sort of listening to because they're there for a reason. They're consistent with what they do and they're good at what they do because that's the reason why they're there. But they all share the same message. And I know, when I first got started, this was the funny thing about me, because when I first got started, I was always listening for the new information. I was always thinking, right, I've already heard this, I don't need to hear it again. Little realizing that they're saying it again and again and again for a reason, because that's what's working. Instead of looking for, all right, what else can I find out, you need to stick to one particular method. And blogging, it's the ideal way to get started, because certainly when you first get started, you don't want to be spending a lot of money. That's usually most people's resistance. People want to get into this business because they want to make money and they don't really have a great deal to start with. And that's what makes blogging so ideal, because it's like you have to pay for a domain name. Ultimately, you want your own domain rather than relying on somebody else. So you want your own domain and you've got hosting. So effectively, it's one outlay for a month, that's the hosting, and it's one outlay for a year, that's the domain. Outside of that, you've got to pay nothing else. So this is what makes blogging ideal. Second, this is something that one of the top bloggers online, or at least I will say online, his name's Ray Higdon, and most of you probably heard him. But he says that the good thing about your blog is it's your platform. You could go out there and post your links and your products out on Facebook and Google Plus and YouTube and however many different platforms you want. But like Facebook, they each have their own way of assessing what information gets shown to their users. It's not a case of you posting it there and everyone will see it, because like Facebook, they only show it to a certain amount of people based on the amount of time you've interacted with them, how many times they've liked your post, or how much times you've liked their post, and things like that. But with a blog, you post it there, that stays there until you decide otherwise. And that's the thing as well, because you can post it there and that will stay there forever again until you post it. So it's yours, which means you get to choose when to take it down. Obviously that's going to be never, but also it's there forever. It's there forever. And that's something that when I first heard it took a few times for me to actually hear it, and you don't think about it in that respect. But Ray Higdon still gets sales from blog posts that he wrote 4 or 5 years ago. Now he's been blogging pretty much from day one, from when he first got started, but he's been online now for maybe about 6.5 years. But he's been blogging very consistently for at least 5. Now you think going back 5 years, you're still making sales on that one blog post. And if you think about the paid traffic, sure, the paid traffic gets you quick results, but at the same time, you have to optimize it. So at first, you've got to expect to be making a loss. Now, with a blogging, the only loss you're going to be incurring is the hosting that you have to pay for every single month and the domain that you have to purchase. There's no two ways about it. You need them in order to get started, but that's very, very minimal. You paid for a domain. Depending on what domain you have, you're looking at about $10. And for hosting, again, about $10, $15 at most. So for the first month, $25, and after that, it's $15 a month. And after that, until you start getting really, really, really huge amounts of traffic, which is going to take time, you need to be consistent to do that, you're not going to be expected to increase the amount you pay for the hosting. And that's the good thing as well, because obviously if you need to pay more for your hosting, it means you're getting more people to your website, which ultimately means you should be making sales at that point. And if you're not, then this time, it will come a time when you need to be looking at, okay, I'm getting this much visitors to my website, but I'm only getting this much leads. Okay, I need to optimize that to make sure I'm getting the maximum potential. You're not going to get 100%, not possible. You can't do that. So don't be expecting that, because that's just not something you can ever achieve. I don't believe anybody's ever achieved 100%. And even if it is, it will certainly be a one-off. So don't aim for 100%, but you can certainly aim for as high as you can. I mean, 75%, that'd probably be very, very, very high. But again, that's not to say it's not achievable. It's just something that, you know, some people may get. But again, it depends on the type of relationship you have with your audience and things like that. But you do this over time. You optimize. First things first, you need to focus on getting the traffic in. This is what we covered last week. And this week, it's about how to convert them over. And Andre's already mentioned it's about when they come to your website, they need to see that you're offering them something of value. So it's not about what you think they want. You have to know what they want. And so if you're focusing, I don't know, talked about Facebook. So if you're focusing on talking about Facebook, then maybe your actual giveaway, the thing that you want to get them to convert into a lead, would be to offer them how to generate 10 leads a day using Facebook without paying anything. So again, what we're going to talk about tonight. So if you've got something where you're talking about how to generate traffic using Facebook, and your giveaway is basically how to make 10, 15 leads a day using Facebook, a lot of people are going to take you up on that, and that's where you look to increase. This is where you can optimize so much, because it's very congruent to the reason why they're coming to it. But if they're coming to it for a whole different reason, then it's not congruent to the reason why they're coming there, and this is where you're going to get your low opt-in rates. But this is up to you to optimize, but you need to understand why they're coming there first. What is it you're offering? And if you can offer something that's very closely linked to that, it's going to be a no-brainer for these people, and that's where you're going to get, you know, that's where you're going to get people taking you up on the offer. And the whole reason why people take you up on the offer is because they want to get what you have. Now, once you've given them that, they see you as the point of authority, and this is where you can start leveraging on that, and this is where you start moving beyond the lead and generating it into sales. Sales will only come. I mean, at the end of the day, you will make sales. We can't guarantee how much sales you'll make. We're not going to guarantee you're going to make thousands. We're not going to, you know, I can't even guarantee you'll make any. But consistently, you get enough traffic to your website, it's only inevitable that a certain amount of people will take you up on the leads, and a certain amount of leads will take you up on the sale. It's just, you can't expect that to naturally happen and expect to make a great deal of money from that. That just doesn't happen nowadays. It might have previously, but things change, and you just need to keep up the pace with that. But if you're perceived as the go-to person that can help them get to where they want to go, and your product is actually what they need to get where they need to go, then it's, like I say, it's all to do with congruency. So they've come to you for Facebook, you've got a product that gives away, getting them 10 to 15 leads, and maybe your next product that you buy, that you're looking to sell, actually offers to get them 50 leads a day. And it's just a natural progression. So, you know, it's all to do with that. I mean, sorry I went off on a bit of a tangent when we're talking about sales, but what I'm trying to say is, if you're looking to get traffic, then the best way for you to actually generate that into leads, it needs to be congruent to the reason why they're coming there. So that for me is the biggest giveaway I can give you right now. Why is it people are coming to your website? What information is it you're giving out to them? If your content is talking about, I don't know, skydiving, it's a massive, it's an out there thing, but then you're talking about skydiving and then your product is giving away football, it just doesn't fit. You know, they're not going to think about football when they're into skydiving. Doesn't fit at all, and they're two, you know, completely opposites. Well, you know what I mean? They don't fit. So the point is, when people come to you for one thing and you're offering them something else, if you have low opt-in rates, as in you're getting loads of traffic but not many people are taking you up on the leads, this could be why. You need to reassess why people are not opting in. And a lot of the time it is to do with the fact it's not congruent, it's not what they're looking for. So if you're getting the traffic and you're not getting the leads, then it's all to do with what you're giving away. So you need to reevaluate what you're giving away, and either you need to make it better. Again, I'm not taking anything away from what you're already doing, but this is what it's going to boil down to. You need to either make it better or more congruent. They're the two reasons why someone's not going to take you up on the offer. So I'm not going to talk for too much long. I'm going to pass it back over now for anybody else. But yeah, if you want if you want to optimize as best as you can, you need to understand the reason why people are coming there, what it is they're looking to achieve when they come to you, and how you can give it to them. Don't look to try and change their mind or look to think, all right, well, if I give them this, they might take that. No, they're there for a reason, and if you're not going to give it to them, somebody else is going to, and it's up to you whether you're going to be. Because if they're there on your website, then you're their first point of call. So you need to make sure that you're there offering them the information that they want. They've got something in mind up here, what they want, and if you're not going to give it to them, they're going to go somewhere else. So make sure that you're giving them as much value, what they want, what they're there for, and then you'll make them from traffic to leads.
That's true. That's a very good point too. What you just mentioned, Neil. Another cool thing too, and since I know people are kind of like sitting there and like wondering, like, all right, let's get to a point. This is a simple, cool thing too that I know we've built about so far too, and you can kind of utilize this too once you decide to give it just a shot. And it's just something as simple as doing videos. If you're in a business fashion, get yourself out there. It's kind of a state form or whatever too, as far as doing some type of video. Not saying that has to be your #1 marketing strategy too, but people will be able to resonate with you a little bit more so too. Kind of what Neil mentioned too, as far as it being congruent with what you want to share to whatever opportunity it is, to whatever information to share that too. If you want to share lifestyle, that's cool too, because you're going to get a following as well. As far as okay, what in the world is this person doing? I know Patricia real good at doing that too, as far as doing her videos too, is having a following that as far as okay, what in the world is this person doing too? Not saying that you can't do a video just as far as sharing information. I give you a perfect example too of something I did not too long ago. Let's see if I can pull it up here real quick here on YouTube, and then I was share to you something real simple too that you keep in mind too once you start to do your own videos too. It's not so much sharing the whole video I want to get to right here. It's let's see. It's Andre from Understanding. It's not so much that. It's listen to the ending part. Let's see if I can hopefully get this lined up here. Still getting after it. Still working on my craft too. And again, you never know who's paying attention. So just wanted to share that information with you. If you got value from this, love to read your comments below or like or share this video. With that being said, I will see you in the next video. Okay, it's not so much how I ended that video, but if it's also too as far as something as simple as a call to action, CTA. Keep that in mind too once you're sharing out information. Call to action as far as like, okay, why does world would this person want to pay attention to what you're doing too? Now, obviously, the handful of us, we've been doing this for a while, too, so we do have some people that are wondering, okay, what is a person doing? Or we do have some followers, too. We do have people, too, that we like to give out information to daily or weekly, too, as far as we like to share as well, too. Personally, I like to share a little bit more about personal development, even though here I am, I was just getting done working out, too, so I play semi-pro football, American football, for those that live overseas, too. And just wanted to just share out some thoughts that I had too, as far as being consistent with your work too. But when you're consistent with the information, you're eventually going to get people to be like, okay, what in the world is this person doing? Again, not going to guarantee you any results. The results are not typical. They do vary, but they are possible, especially when you're consistent and you're laser focused as far as your target market. I like my target market is now network marketers too. Network marketers, people that have a big idea too. So it's basically, in a sense, a lot of people in the home-based business profession, but there are people just like me, for starters. You got to know your own target market, too. Okay, I was doing offline network marketing before, did online network marketing, so it's like, all right, what do I want to do as far as like being headstrong first, because it's a grind out there. We know it's a grind, too. You're going to have ups and downs in your business. You're going to have this weird obstacles get in your way. That happens. But you have something that just continue to motivate you to. You understand your why. So you're like, okay, this is the reason why I'm going after this as well. And now let me share with you too something that is also to keep in mind once you have your information set up. See if it can pop up here real quickly. And again, this is going to my blog post. But once you click down, boom, here we go. I have a this is what you call a light box, something that pops up too. But what I just mentioned, okay, I came from the network marketing background. To click below to subscribe for more inspirational, motivational, informational posts. Boom, put your information in there too. It's basically a call to action. It's a simple call to action as far as what I want what I want the people that are watching me to do. So again, it's just real simple set up as well. And again, too, for those that are paying attention, to know you're giving that information, and we want to come back to you. This new mission as far as the authority, people are gonna be like, okay, I like this. There's no information. See, there's more information as far as what I want to do. Like, I know Neil likes to talk about marketing tips. So people are going to be like, all right, let me follow this guy because he's giving out some information. I want to see what's going on. So, okay, let me go ahead and put my information in. Once you have a call to action, though, don't just blatantly just share out information. Don't have anything, too. I used to do that by mistake, so, learn the hard way. But, just have something at the end so somebody can, so they can continue to keep on coming back. And so, like, I like this guy. Let me see what they're doing. That's just something just to keep in mind, too. It's that call to action. So, Patricia, since I know you love doing videos so much too, as far as lifestyle or whatever else you love to share. I know you probably want to talk about that as well too, as far as some of your videos too. Besides this the blog post, and we're going to get to that as well too, as far as a little bit more in depth as far as we want to share in your blogs that you want to go.
Okay, I had to unmute myself again. Well, as far as leads go in videos, again, it's a great attraction getter, so to speak, because people want to know what you are about, and they get to know, like, and trust you in the videos, as we know. So when you use that free YouTube, you can upload them on YouTube and get them out there and syndicate your content. Have people share, give like you mentioned already, call to actions, right? So you can tell them to click the link below, if you don't know exactly when you're doing your video where the link is going to be. 99% of the time I put mine on Facebook, so I say click the link above, but then sometimes, when you do copy it, and put it, or rather share it with something else, the content will go over, but now the link is below. So sometimes I go click, above, or click on the side, or click below. I mean, you don't want to look confused when you're doing that. It confuses them. But you can do an element of comedy with it or whatever. Then there's another thing, if you have the email, you tell them to fill their information in their email to get that lead, or watch my video, especially if it's hidden, and then they do have to get to it, or if it's there and then you do have your content and directing them to click and watch the video. You would think that they would watch that first, but then sometimes people do get intrigued in your copy and what you have to write and what you're saying. And then I noticed that when you have a blog, again, the call to actions, and there's that light box that you talked about that could come up, the free, not free, but a light box, and you see retailers do that, especially they'll have that light box, fill in your email address because they want to capture your information because they need you as a lead, and as we know, they have to abide by those laws. You can't just send anybody an email. And then you have pixels. Once somebody has clicked on something of yours, I have not done this yet, but I just was reading something again about pixels, how you can follow them around. So also if you've gone shopping, it's shopping season now with Christmas and the holidays coming up, people have clicked on something that for women, maybe that red pair of shiny high heels, and for a man, whatever they like, sports, something that they've always wanted to buy. And then all of a sudden they see that all around wherever they're going on the internet. You can follow them around, and then one day they'll look and say, okay, I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to see what this is about, because they'll remember the fact that, oh yeah, I did click on that. and now it's following me. Oh, I didn't have time to look at that before, but now maybe they have a few minutes and they can click on it and see the content. So the same thing with us. We're not huge retailers, but we have the same ability to be able to do that as well. So that's just a few things I have. I can share some other stuff, but I'll let you guys talk and I'll find my information and I'll come back and share that with you. Okay?
That's fine. There's one other thing too that I forgot to mention too near the end of your videos. Um, some just when we fit as far as having the blog post and the Lightbox set up, you can mention that same particular blog post in the end of the video. You can put it in YouTube as well. One thing that we learned from somebody in our community who's, again, six-figure earner, the results not typical, see the income disclosure below. But he mentioned as far as once you do a YouTube video, and he's real good at videos, have your link first, and then have the title of that same video that you want right behind it. So now when somebody goes down to YouTube, especially for YouTube now, it's different from Facebook because you can have fun with Facebook, whatever. But for YouTube, when somebody wants to scroll down, as Patricia mentioned earlier, it's like, okay, let me see the information because they might know, they might follow me, be curious. What's this? They got a link? Okay, and then they go into it, bam. Okay, all right, let me see what more information. Okay, you want me to put my information so I can get it, so I can see what they're gonna post next. All right, let me go and do that. There you go. It's a simple way to get a lead too. And again, that's obviously too talking about with the call to action as well. And not going to go into depth as far as what to say exactly in your video, as Patricia just mentioned as well too. Letting them know where you're coming from as far as like if it is a blog post or whatever website you want to talk about too. Okay, so they can remember that as well too. And then again, so you can have that exact particular link, not so much the main link, but just that particular one that you want them to go see below. And again, just especially for YouTube. Now for Facebook, you can have fun with it. You can have like a nice description. Not saying you can't do it either. You have some description as well too. And as just to say, as far as you can just say the link, just say the actual link. Like let's say yes, like Google.com. Click on Google.com so they can remember it. And it's in the back of the mind, like, okay, they're talking about Google as well. So it's like, all right, so I remember that too. You're saying it, and they also now they see it. So it's like, oh, okay. It kind of plays a little trick on the mind too, but it gets them to remember, like, okay, this. Yeah, I read it, and then I also saw them say it as well. So they get it at both ends too. So that's what I wanted to just share real quick as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had something. Oh, go ahead, Neil.
No, you go first.
I found something on Social Media Examiner, and they had 5 tips on how to generate more leads as well. So if you don't mind, I want to read a couple of them. And they said that the first one is like if we have a blog, and we know our blog is a way to get people to get leads because, again, you know how we mentioned we have that articles that will attract them, and you can put almost everything on your blog because we own a particular product where most blog platforms want you to put their content on there, their little side widgets and their advertising platforms that they want you to be. You can be affiliate of those and of course make a small commission, but with ours, whatever your advertising, that'll be yours 100%, whatever it is. You don't have to deal with these commercial blogs. But for instance, on a blog, to get leads, you can place opt-in forms around your blog content, which we know we can do, right? And then we can regularly create free downloadable content. We happen to have a wonderful ebook that we are giving away. If you guys click below, you'll see that. And that's yours. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. But to come here and we would love for you to subscribe to us every single week. We're here at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But that's something you can have. Now, it depends on what you want to put with a download. We happen to have an ebook. Some people say that's wonderful, and if you can do a course, a free course, where you can actually teach somebody something, maybe that they're looking to solve a problem and you have the answer, whether that's in your ebook or, you know, a video series. You can have them do that. 3, you can incentivize sharing with a referral program. So that is something interesting. And then the example that they give is this one particular company called Marketo. They would give away a free coloring book with crayons to people who could give away 5 digital things. And then they would send out on the 5th download digital copy, they would send out an actual physical, like I said, a book to that person that did that. And then that was number 3. Number 4 is try a hello bar. So a hello bar, and it says it's a simply script that places an attention-grabbing bar at the top of your website. I'm not sure if you could do it on a blog, but if you can, we need to do something like that. That you can go to your customers, or your leads can go there and fill that out. It's like a heat mapping reporting tool. Then there's we already talked about that, pop-ups. So we know what that is. They get initially on your website or on your blog, and all of a sudden a pop-up comes up, a little square pop-up. You know, do they want to see more information, or direct them to something that, you know, an opt-in page, something like that. Or, you know, they have the little X mark. Sometimes we find them annoying, but we know that you can time those to come up within 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute into the customer reading or getting on your blog. The sooner the better, though, because we know that, or meaning time for it to pop up, maybe within 10 minutes, because people's attention spans are short. So maybe while they're scanning through the website, they're reading certain things. Maybe you want to grab them before maybe 10 seconds before they decide, oh, this is not what I want, let me pop off and go on to the next thing. So, but those are 5 different ways that you can get leads. Put those on your blog or your website so that you can capture those leads.
Yeah, I will say about videos though. I know a lot of people. I've spoke to quite a few people, and whenever you speak to people about using video to generate leads, it does put off a lot of people, mostly because nobody likes being on video. Well, I won't say nobody, I say most people don't like being on videos, but once you do it often enough, I mean, like when we first started doing these Hangouts, you know, at first it was a little bit unnerving because it's not something you're used to, something that you've done before, and it is a bit unnerving, but now it just feels normal. And doing videos, whatever it is that you're doing, it's no different. You know, I'm sure that if whatever job it is that you do, when you first set foot in that place, you was probably like, you just felt a little bit overwhelmed. It's like, you know, part of you just didn't want to be there. You just wanted to get the first day out of the way. But once you got into doing whatever it is that you do, you know, you just got into the flow of things. And doing video is no different. It can be overwhelming. But I usually find, and this is something that I think Andre's mentioned to me a couple of times, but a couple of other people have as well, and it eventually hits home, and it's just one of them where instead, if the one thing that's putting you off doing videos is the amount of people you think that are going to see it, that in itself is enough to stop you from shooting videos. But rather than doing that, the biggest tip that I was told, and that is, who is your ideal person? Who is it that you would talk to about, you know, if you're shooting videos about like what I do, you know, marketing tips and things like that, then okay, so who is it you would normally talk to about that? Who is it you would expect to talk to about that? Who would you feel comfortable talking to about that? And just imagine that's the person that you're talking to, instead of who may be seeing this. I mean, right now I'm just seeing, you know, I can see Patricia and I can see Andre. I'm not thinking about however many people that can do it, because that in itself can actually put a lot of people off, because you're trying to cater for so many different people. Again, not everyone's going to respond to one kind of message, so you kind of think, do I need to say this? And you get yourself into a cycle of just, and it's very off-putting. So try and talk to one person, and also share the one message. Don't try to be something you're not. Don't think, oh, might be what they expect me to say. This might be what they want me to say. It's not about that. At the end of the day, they're going to resonate with you. So you just share what your message is, and then the right people will find you, rather than you trying to cater for other people. Because the other thing is as well, you might cater to them at first, but the more they get to know you, the more they'll realise that that's not really your personality, and that's not really who you are. And that in itself, nobody likes when you're not being true to who you are. And it can be very off-putting. I've seen it quite a few times where I've seen people doing it, and I'm just like, there's just something about that I can't resonate with. And a large amount of the time, they're just not being true to who they are. When you actually you see them talking about something else, and you're just like, you know what? That's it. That's what they need to talk about. It just comes out. They don't have to think about it. It's just who they are. It's their personality. But if people don't resonate with that, some people will. I'm not. You're not going to be able to cater for everyone. But the point is, don't feel that you have to cater for a certain topic, or you have to do certain things. It's you have to share. You have to be who you are, because you can't be no one else. And that, once you are being true to who you are and what you're doing, that is when you're going to shine, and that's when people are going to resonate with you more, because they will see you're being passionate. They'll hear it in your voice. They'll see it in your body language. They will know you're being passionate, and when you start caring, that's when people are going to resonate with you more. So back to the point of the YouTube video, just talk to that one person. Just think about who that ideal person is. Whether it be your best friend, or the person you talk to about a specific kind of thing, or who is it you would want to talk to about that kind of thing. And just think about that one person when you're sharing that message. Imagine that person is right in front of you. And just, like I say, between 3 to 4 minutes is the ideal time, because it's been proven to be the best response rate. So, this is not to say it has to stay within 3 to 4 minutes, because, it might go over. The point is, if you do go over 4 minutes, make sure that you're on point and you're not just ad-libbing. Because again, if you're just trying to play for time, people will know that, and they won't resonate with it. If you're staying congruent to the point, and you're just hitting it, you're giving them good, valuable content, it could go on for an hour, and people won't mind, because it won't feel like an hour, because they'll resonate with it, and they'll just want to be a part of it. Now, I'm not obviously trying to say shoot a video for an hour, because again, that can be a time, that's a lot to ask. But the point is, you can go on for however long it is you want to do. Ideally, remember, no more than 3 to 4 is ideal. But if you do go up to, I've been up to 10 minutes before, but when I've done it, I've always stayed to the point, and I've not gone away. I've not tried to add anything else in. I've just gone off on a bit of a tangent, kind of like what I'm doing now. But I've stayed to the point. So don't feel that you have to time yourself and all. That's 4 minutes 10 seconds. I can't shoot that. It's too long. No, as long as you've hit the point, you stay congruent to the message, and again, it's something that you're passionate about. You're not trying to think about what you're trying to say. You're not trying to cater for someone else, or just say what you got to say, and then the people that will resonate with will find that. And when they hear it in your voice, when they see it in your body language, they will resonate with that. And that's why I say videos are so powerful, because I'll ask you a question. How many times have you had a text message of someone and you've misinterpreted what they actually meant? And that is because you're in a completely different mind frame than what they are. If I'm I'm quite a jokey kind of person. I always like to have a laugh, and I always like to make a joke and things like that. So I'm quite sarcastic most of the time, but that doesn't always come across when I do a text message. Now, at first, I just used to do that, and I didn't really get it when people were getting offended, but the more you do it, you kind of sort of realise, all right, well, they was obviously in a bad mood when they read that, so they just thought I was poking fun. They reacted a lot differently the way I interpreted it. That's not me. I'm not that kind of person. I like to just have a laugh, and I'm always that kind of person. But the point is, when people read they're interpreting it based on their emotion right there. But whereas a video, it can be perceived as it is, because they can hear it in your voice, they can see it in your body language, and this is another reason why videos are so powerful and just hit home the point. So whatever things it is that's stopping you from doing it, most of the time it's because it feels uncomfortable. But it's only because you've not done it often enough. You do something often enough, it could be the most dangerous thing in the world. You know, there are people that work on skyscrapers thousands of feet up. Now, at first, that's unnerving, of course, but you know, you do it often enough, even that's going to feel normal. It's just the way it is. We adapt. You have to do it often enough until it feels normal. You know, so put yourself out there, just shoot the video, and as Andre said quite a few times, not tonight, but he does say it quite often enough. Shoot the video, just stick it up there. Don't look back at it. I've been guilty of that quite a few times. I'll look back at it and think, you know what, I don't like that. And I'll go to re-record it, and you know, before I know it, an hour's gone. You know, or often enough, I've decided I'm not going to post it because I didn't like it. But we are our own worst critic. So just for the first couple of videos, record the video and just stick it up there. And then once you get used to being in front of the video, then you can start focusing on what you're going to say, and then you can start focusing on a lot of other things. But right now, your focus just needs to be getting those videos done and get into that pattern of doing it and just posting them, and then you can move on to the next thing. So, but always, I would strongly encourage anybody to use video, and that is because people can see your personality, they can hear your personality, they can hear the passion, they can hear it in your voice, they can see it on the camera, they can see it on the video. You know, people will resonate with that more because it's you know, between me, Patricia and Andre, we are thousands of miles apart, yet it feels like we're face to face because we've got the video. And that's the whole point. You could be anywhere in the world, but it feels like you're face to face because you're talking to that person. And it's very, very powerful. This is why I would encourage anybody. So whatever it is that you've got, you just need to understand it's only temporary. I mean, it's always going to be there, but it just gets easier and easier and easier to do the more you do it. So you just need to just take that leap of faith, get it done, and just think what it will be like when you do this time and time and time again. And these videos are now, you're getting hundreds of people that are watching these videos, and they're reaching out to you and seeking you out, and how can you teach me how to do that, because I would like to be there too. You know, how many you look at me now and you might think, all right, you know, he's quite good on video. You might not, okay, but the point is, you know, if you do, I was once where you were. In fact, that wasn't even that long ago. I didn't really like being in front of video, but it just comes a time where you think, you know what, I just need to do it, and a few things just, you know, put a few things in perspective, and you just need to do it, and you just need to get out of your head whatever things you think it is, whether it's people might reject me, people might not like it. It's like, okay, but that might be the case, but you could walk out there and you know, you could talk to someone and they might not like you too. It's just the way of the world. Don't worry about who might not like you, and just focus on who you're not actually out there inspiring and helping. Now that's the other thing as well. That's the other flip of the coin. If you're more worried about who it is that you're going to annoy rather than who it is you're actually going to help, you're looking at things the wrong way. So think about who it is you could actually reach, who it is you could inspire, who it is that you could then go on to help, and just think about those people and how you could affect those people rather than, you know, the other way around. You know, so I'm going to pass it back over now, but just encourage people, start using videos. Just shoot a video, 3 to 4 minutes. Remember, it can go over 3 to 4 minutes. It can be less than 3 minutes. 3 to 4 minutes is ideal, but it doesn't have to be between those every single time. As if you go over, just make sure you stick to the point. If you can't get up to 3 minutes, don't force it. Remember, it's sticking to the point, the reason why you're doing it. And if you can't stretch it out, or, you know, if you feel that you're going on a bit more, as long as you stay to the point, who cares? Just get the point, say what you've got to say, and then remember, like what Andre and Patricia have said, call to action. Give them a reason why they can get more information from you, how it is that you can help them, and that's where you're going to transition them into a lead. That's the key part. If they just seen a video, and right at the end of this video, I don't tell you what you can get from me. You know, maybe I've got something that could help you with Facebook, maybe it could help you with Google Plus, maybe it could help you whatever. If I don't tell you I've got that, you're not going to know, and therefore you're not going to take any action. Same with anybody else. They don't know unless you tell them. So when you shoot your video, make sure you introduce yourself, tell them what they're going to expect from the video, and then give them the content. And then, right at the end, give them a call to action. They're the 4 steps for me, what you need to do on your video, and that is the order. So, hey, my name's Neil Henson. Today's video is about this, and then you go into it. And then, right at the end, okay, so, if you'd like to get more information from me, I can help you. If you're looking to generate 10 to 15 leads a day, whatever, then please go to this website. That's all you need to do, and then a certain amount of people will go, yeah, no problem. Now you look to do that more and more and more and more and more, and you'll get better at it. You'll get more people that's taking you up on the offer. But again, don't expect to be an expert straight away. That's another thing as well. So I've I've probably hogged it a little bit more than I originally anticipated, but just trying to emphasize the point. Don't put off today. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Just take a leap of faith, shoot a video, put it out there, and you'll be surprised by the amount of people that will reach out to you and say, you know what, I love that video.
Yes, yes. I wanted to mention too, we're always talking about congruency, right? And I was thinking of how when you generate things, you're going to generate a story. And like, how we go to the movies, or you see a movie on television, or I say a trailer rather, not the movie, but the trailer, the advertisement before the movie. Like I don't even know when Star Wars is coming out. They've been talking about it forever. So I'm not sure the movie date or anything, but I know that it is coming out. I'm aware of it. But like I said, now I'm waiting for the ta-da moment, for, okay, here it is, it's coming out, blah, 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 blah. But it's in the back of my mind. It's in my subliminal being. I haven't been to a movie in forever. But I thought, I love Star Wars. I was in the first Star Wars when it came out. When did it come out? I don't remember, 1970-something? Or 80-something, whenever it was. But a friend of mine who I met later said, I saw you in line in Star Wars on the news, because they had panned the audience that stands in line, and everything. And I said, you did? I had no idea. But the reason why I'm saying this is because I also thought you could do like a series with lead-ins to what you're doing and how you want, especially if there's subscribers already and they're expecting things from you. So now, for instance, whenever I post things on my Facebook wall, I get over and over again the same people that pretty much like what I do. They're like waiting for me to do something else. What is she going to do next? What is she posting next? So you could have a little test if you want to do that. Do a copy or a text and some script about something that lead into a call to action. I'm going to put a photo up, or then put the photo up that will be congruent to what you talk about in just a text message. Then take that photo and put text over it to what you talked about briefly, extract something from that, and then do a video with that, and the same message, have the title up with whatever that is, and then all of these things combined, you can put it on your blog, over to a blog. But each thing that you create, each piece of content that you create, you put that out there on social media, all the social media platforms. And maybe, like the first thing I said, you do the text or a copy leading it to what your photo is going to be about. You put that all over the place, and subliminally that'll be in people's heads and say, oh, okay, what else is she going to do? I know I'm waiting for the photo, and then here comes the photo a couple of days later. And then a couple of days later, there's the video. A couple of days later, you put out your blog. I mean, you could do it all together as well and just extract the things that you've done and put them around, but to draw people in, to draw new people in, so that there's a climax, so to speak, of what you want them to do. You know, go to my blog and you'll find all this information, or they'll see all that information. This is what she was talking about. Now I see. Now you've got drawn them in, you've got them interested, and then they want to see what you've done. But you have to create some sort of suspense. So like I said, with this Star Wars movie, I don't know when it's coming out, so I'm all excited and I'm waiting for it. So if we could generate that kind of a trailer mentality with what we're doing, I think that would be excellent. But I wanted to read something else with you guys. I got this off of a website called Kissmetrics, and we all know, all of us know Neil Patel, who is that's one of his companies, and he is someone that we met at one of our events that came and was a speaker. And this is what he said: promote your content in a way that is entertaining and native to each platform. Each platform, you know, there's, like I said, there's LinkedIn, there's Facebook, there's Google, there's Pinterest, there is brain dead, Blab, there is, help me, Andre, there's the one we're always on.
Periscope or YouTube.
Periscope, duh. I have to do a Periscope today. Maybe that's why I'm brain dead. I need to do that. But what he says is, if you publish a link to your website, homepage, blog, article, or landing page, and expect the clicks and leads to start flowing in automatically, you're probably going to be disappointed. But if you want people to take action, you need to put time and care into crafting content that is interesting and native to each platform. Now, you and I and Andre and Neil and Ian, you know, we're not working at an advertising agency, but interestingly, I took advertising art in school when I was in college. So you try to look for something, images and things like that on Google or whatever that are interesting that could draw people in, or like I said, you do it with quotes, maybe on pictures that you take yourself, or you find those and you can link to those for some excitement or something that can be entertaining or draw your people in. But it says that here, for instance, in Jab, 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 Right Hook, How to Tell, we know who that is, by Gary Vaynerchuk. He has that book. He says that it defines native content as that which adapts to the unique language, culture, sensibility, and style of the platform in which you are publishing. In other words, a compelling copy and image combination that works on Facebook won't necessarily work on LinkedIn, while an image you post to Google Plus won't necessarily go over well on Tumblr, and so forth and so on. So, and it says why? Because people go to these platforms for different reasons, and the way in which they communicate within each one is unique. So we have to think about that as marketers, as we know. We have to think of the sensibilities of our audience, that attraction marketing type of thing. So also another thing I want to mention is just good old communication, one-on-one communication. I was just recently in what we call the Facebook Hustle, and that's a product that is going away today. People might want to click that link to get in what we're offering, but also back there, if you do get in, you can get that as well. It's called the, what is it, the six-figure, I believe, I'm forgetting.
Unstoppable Dream.
Yes, the Unstoppable Dream product back there. And at 12 o'clock a.m., it's going to be kaput. It has everything in there you need to get and generate leads as well. But you just have to know what your audience is and who you're trying to attract so that you can get your leads. But back there, that particular product that I mentioned, which I was doing with a group of people, they got leads and they got sales. And I am getting just now starting to get people interested in it. They have messaged me, so I'm following up with that, and I'm doing my hustle, and it works. So you have to engage sometimes with real people too. Sometimes we are internet marketers, and when we're waiting to get that opt-in lead, that's, oh wow, you open up your autoresponder and you say, wow, I got that lead. Where did it come from? Well, if you're tracking it, you know where it comes from. But also building a relationship with someone that you have been talking to one-on-one on any of these one platforms, that you're talking with them, so you know where they're from, you know their family. It's not a blind lead, so to speak. And then all of a sudden, maybe they don't opt in right away, but down the road, like I know some people have been following me because I did a one-on-one with them. Now they're ready to buy. Now they're ready to click the link. And I did have some leads earlier this week. I didn't know where they came from, So we know that it works. Either way works, and we just have to get out there and do it.
Another quick thing to add on top of Patricia was talking about her hustle, and this is something that I was learning from somebody, from Aaron's group in our community, the Prosperity team. It's pretty cool too, and this is especially for not so much just for Facebook. It can be used for a handful of the platforms: LinkedIn, Google Plus, and obviously, as I mentioned, Facebook. And you can use it for Instagram as well too. But this is get straight into it, because now some people kind of be thinking, oh man, you're now talking about this now at the end? Yes, because it's something that is pretty cool too, that I was taught from in their communities, in the Pipeline Prosperity Alliance. When you have some information like this set up, this is from one of my recent blog posts too. Okay, see it pops up as far as some interesting, this pops up more as just some value picture. Don't wait until you've reached your goal to be proud of yourself. Be proud of each and every step you take toward reaching that goal. Well, when I share it to the groups, and this is something that is really going to kind of blow your mind away. When you see something such as this, a like, a comment, or a share, guess what? That is basically a hot lead. What I mean by that is to go and message them immediately, as far as like, okay, since you put this content out, and I'm gonna already message this person, but I want to show you exactly what you can share, and then, again, change this up in your own words too. You can have fun with this. This is gonna be you got real fun. Let's see here we go. I said, hey, appreciate the like in the multi-level marketing group on my latest blog post, and now you can do something like this. Yeah, I should have added on to this, but have fun with this. What do you like to post? Well, let's see. What type of information do you like to post in the group? Boom. Guess what? Once he responds back to me, whatever it is, too. Again, I'm not gonna guarantee it's gonna be exactly any time. Too. They respond back to. Get to you pretty much not in a sense, but yes. Try to find out more information about this person, okay? What do they like to do? Because you already know, they're in a home-based business profession. If that is where that's your particular target market. Again, that's my target market too, so network marketers. So it's like, all right, let me find out what it is too. They respond back. Guess what? As far as like, what do you like to do? Come on, man. It is the gateway as far as like what you like to share information. Not going to post it, not going to give them to them right away, because I'm still trying to qualify them. As we had one of our guests, is also in the Superwoman group that Patricia knows, to Marisol. She mentioned that a few weeks ago too. I'm going to give them the link immediately. Still trying to build a conversation, find out what they're from too, and then this is what I like to share about. That's a hot lead immediately too. Once you see a like, a comment, or a share of Facebook, guess what? That lead is like right now. Like I said, that is a hot lead too. It's immediate. Get in their inbox, find out information about them. Hey, thank them. Something as simple as that. Start a conversation. Talk about how to make a cold, making a cold prospect into a warm prospect that quickly. So again, it takes time to have fun with it. It's better than going to inbox and spamming a link immediately. You don't really know, you don't have any information about this person. Like, okay, I know I got that earlier today, Google Plus. I was like, all right, I just got like a long message from this person. I was like, okay, I don't know where you found me or whatever. But I was like, all right. But I mean, again, once you build up that type of relationship over time, guess what? It's already a warm lead because they were already in your inbox. And this is coming from a group in our community, Pipeline Prosperity Alliance, who's having a lot of success. Use that. Again, not guaranteeing results. Results aren't typical, but they are possible too once you start, having fun with that. Just start making that conversation with that. Do the same thing once you do what's Neil mentioned earlier. Once you like your videos as well, once you see comment or share wherever it is too, especially like you're going to share like on LinkedIn or Facebook. Boom, get in the inbox. Hey, appreciate you liking my video. What information you have to share once you're talking about? It's so simple. It's a hot lead immediately. It's a hot lead, and some people are thinking, "Man, I can't believe you still wait this long." Yes, because it took you the process as far as sharing the information too, as far as getting to this point. The same thing as we mentioned earlier. It's the same thing in blog posts. Once you're done sharing that blog post, hey, if you love the information shared here, comment below. Simple way too. They like it. Guess what? As we already shared earlier, they're gonna come right back around too. As far as like, let me see what in the world is this person doing. Since we've been talking about blog posts so much, why not come and see that shiny green link below and say, yes, let me in, so you can have your own blog platform as well. It's a 2-week trial. Give it a shot for 2 weeks. Obviously, money back if you don't want to join. But I mean, too, you found it very valuable. Yeah, come and join forces with us. And then also what Patricia brought up as well, you can get the product that we're about to be taking off here in the market as of right now, 4 hours and 55 minutes before it goes off. So you can learn how to get those more leads and sales too in different platforms too, and in some ninja-like ways in there as well. So that's what I want to share as well too, as far as just something as simple as that. Once you see that, and again, you can use that besides this Facebook and other platforms as well. So I don't know if anything else you guys want to mention before wrap this thing up.
Yeah, you've just frozen, so okay. So you just froze. I don't know if that was my internet connection or not. Yeah, to be honest, you just finished off by saying exactly what I was just about to say, and that is, the way Andre's just detailed it out on Facebook is no different as to how you could do it on LinkedIn and Google Plus. But just remember, same as what was mentioned earlier, you can't expect to talk to someone on Facebook like you would do on Google Plus. So just learn to adjust. Don't just simply copy paste, because again, people will know that you're doing that, and again, they don't resonate with it because it doesn't come across as, it doesn't show your personality. Just like copy paste, anybody can do that. So just vary it up a little bit. Just maybe write a little bit of copy. Again, you're just trying to get them to read your blog post, or if it's your video, just give them a little bit of information what to expect on the video. And then as long as, if you're saying your video is about something and you've written above it and that is exactly what it's about, people read that, okay, fair enough, I'll give it a try. Click it, and then, like I say, introduce yourself. Hey, my name's Neil Henson. This is what today's video is all about. Straight away, it automatically, right, this is what they've said it is. This is what it's all about. I'm going to stay right to the end because this is what I want to know. It's just automatically, they can see straight away. People are pressed for time nowadays. People have very short attention spans, and the quicker you can get them to see what your video is about, what your message is about, and it's what they want to know, or what they're looking for, then then they're going to stay there. They're going to stick to the end. And who knows, if you give them a nice call to action at the end, something that they also want, all right, I could do with some extra leads or whatever it is that you're giving away, then you might have actually generated a lead. But if you don't give them that call to action, if you don't actually shoot the video in the first place, you're not going to do that. So it's all about taking action, but consistency is absolutely key. If you're not going to shoot videos consistently, or if you're not going to post blogs consistently, then you're not going to benefit as much. You're still going to, there's no way to say you're never going to generate leads, just shoot more video. You never know. You shoot a video, you might generate a couple of leads. You might generate 10 leads. I can't say either which way. Can't guarantee results, but if you don't shoot the video in the first place, I can guarantee you will not get results. That is a fact. It's all about taking action and just do it. You know, it's all about just pushing that comfortability zone until it just becomes normal. Because if you're in this business and this is what you want to do, then there are some things that you have to do regardless of what business you're in, and you don't always want to do everything within a chosen job, a chosen business, but there's certain things you just have to do, and this just might be one of them. But you will see the benefits if you do it consistently. You'll get good at it. You'll know what you're doing. You'll understand what it is you need to do to leverage the best results, and I will guarantee you will get better. You will see better results. What those results are, that I can't guarantee, but I will say you will get better. You will see better results the more you do it, the more consistent you are, and obviously the more you do it, you understand what you need to be saying. It just comes across better. You know, something that I was recently told, I haven't done it yet, but it's something that I will actually be checking out. But one of our leaders, someone I mentioned earlier, I was told that someone actually managed to watch one of Ray Higdon's first videos that he did when he was online. And if you compare that to what he's like today, you'll just see a lot of difference. And again, this guy's been online for a couple of years now, but the reason why he's so good is because he's consistent. Every single day he'll shoot a video. That was in the days. I don't think he does every single day now, but when he does, you know, you can see it, and he comes across as a professional because he does it so often. But if you go to his actual YouTube channel and you watch out perhaps one of the first videos that he did online, I don't know when that was, you will see a lot of difference between the two. And it's only because it's not because he's better than anybody else. I mean, he gets the job done and he gets better results than most people, but it doesn't mean to say that he's better on video than you are, or he's better. It's just the fact that he's taken the time to master that craft. He knows what he wants, and he took massive action to get there. And you're not no different. Nobody is. The only difference between where he is and where you are is the fact that he's took action, and he's continued to take action regardless of what results he's getting. He just says, this is what I want to do, and I'm not going to stop at anything until I get there. Now, you might shoot a video, you might put it online, nobody might actually respond to it. All right, a bit disheartening, I will give you that. I've had that before. But does that mean to say it doesn't work? No, because so many people shoot videos and so many people get great results from videos. It just means you're not making it work. So don't shoot a video, put it up there and think, you know what, this don't work, I've tried it. Shoot a video a day and do it for the next 90 days. That is the only way. 1, you're going to get good at it. 2, you're going to get comfortable with it. And 3, you're going to see actual results from it. Now again, what those results are, that's what we can't guarantee. You will get results. I will guarantee you that. I just can't guarantee what results those may be. Now, I've seen people that shoot videos and they're generating. I cannot even begin to tell you the amount of leads that these people are getting. There is one particular person within our company that he's been with us a couple of years now, but he's generated over $500,000. Now again, income results are not typical. We're not going to guarantee that. This is just what's possible. He shoots little videos, no different, well, slightly different, but again, that's something that we could show you once you make the decision to get started. But there's different kinds of videos. The ones he did, it's generating traffic to his website rather than giving the content. And it's at the website, that's where he gives the content. But again, that's something, don't get confused with it. That's just something that we can explain to you once you make the decision to get started. But the point is, he's consistent with his videos, and he generates thousands of leads every single month, and he generates sales every single day. And again, $500,000. And this is a guy that he's only been online 2-3 years, but again, he made the decision that this is what he's going to do, and he's going to stop at nothing to get there. So if you say you want to do something, and then we say, right, okay, this is what you need to do, it's like, well, actually, I don't want to do that, then you're kidding yourself if you're going to actually think this is what I want to do, or this, I will do this, because you won't. There are certain things you have to do, regardless of what business it is you're doing, regardless of what job it is you have. There are certain things you have to do. It's an inevitability. And videos are, unfortunately, most people's uncomfortable zone. But I can guarantee you now, Once you start doing it, you look back and think, you know what, don't even know what the fuss is all about. It's just something that you just need to get into. But you will see a lot more results if you start shooting videos and incorporating videos within your marketing strategy. On top of the blogging, if you then put those two together and then start posting them to Facebook and LinkedIn, and you could put your video on YouTube, and then you could also post it to LinkedIn. We haven't covered Twitter. We can quickly cover that. If people wanted to, but I'll tell you what you would do on Twitter is you just simply, like what Andre just mentioned, just shown just a couple of moments ago with that little that banner, just a little a banner that he chucks up there of self-improvement quotes and things like that. If you just wrote that in Twitter, that just people resonate to that kind of message, and after a certain amount of time, all you're looking to do is just write a little text, just basically saying, if you want to learn how to generate this many leads, or this is what result I've got, or you just share a little bit. The most part, like what we're doing on Facebook, like what we're doing on Google Plus, like what we're doing on LinkedIn. Most of it is content. Don't always look to give them and generate the sale and generate the lead. You're looking to build up response, get people curious. Get people to be intrigued about what it is you're doing. That you do it consistently, they're going to be naturally intrigued. If you do it once, I won't say nobody's going to see it, but not many people are going to see it. So don't do it once and think it don't work, because that's a lottery ticket mentality. So you need to do it consistently for 90 days, whatever it is you want to do. I would say videos has to definitely be one of them. So put videos together. I would personally say videos on top of blogging. Do that for 90 days, and I'm telling you now, 90 days time, you'll be wondering what the fuss was about with videos, but you will be seeing a lot more results. The one thing I will guarantee, you will get leads. I will guarantee you that. I can't guarantee anything more beyond that, because unfortunately we're not here to tell you you're going to be able to get this result, that result. You will get leads. That's an inevitability. You will get leads, because shooting videos, often enough, if you're asking them you're giving them a call to action, you will get leads. But beyond that, we can't say what results you're going to get. We can't give you any guarantees. But if you're not going to shoot videos, if you're not going to do anything, you're not going to get any results. That is a guarantee. But don't think in 90 days time, I'm not ready right now, or whatever it is that you're going to say, because I've been there, I've said it too. And then 90 days time, you look back and you think, you know what, if I'd have done that from then, I'd be there now. Don't look back and think, I wish I'd have started. Start today, make the decision to get started, and just think 90 days out, this is what date it is in 90 days, and I'm going to do it every single day. Check it off. Right, done my blog post, done my video. Got it out of the way. First thing you do in the morning, get up, obviously get your normal daily routine out of the way, get up, shower, shave, whatever it is that you do, and then, right, first things first, blog post, video. Get those two done, get them out of the way, your day's your own after that.
Neil, I don't shave.
Okay, yes. For the females out there, I'm not saying, I would just as a guy, but just get up, do your normal thing, make those two.
Oh, but I do shave my legs.
Yes.
But the thing is, yes, we need to tell them what to do, give them the call to actions, and what we need them to do tonight before 12 o'clock. Well, it's past 12 Neil's time. It is it's Eastern Standard Time. So, but it's, I guess, what would that be? They could still order then, right? Because it's not 12 Eastern yet, right? Where you are.
7 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. So you have. It's going to be 12.
4 hours, 43 minutes.
Yeah, so you see, you still have time to promote and tell them to click the link below, or click the link above, wherever it is.
Wherever it is. But the point is, you're not going to see, if you're not going to take action, you're not going to see results. That is a guarantee. Now, what results you get when you get started, we can't guarantee your results. But if you are consistent with what you do, you will get a result. And then it's up to you to optimize that result. And the only way you do that is by consistently evaluating it and looking to improve. That's all optimization is. You're just looking to get the best possible result. Don't kid yourself and think this result, I'm going to get 100%. Doesn't work. You cannot get that. will not work. And if it does, it will be a one-off. I will guarantee you that. So don't sit there and say I'm going to get 100%, because that's just, you can't do that. Not everyone's going to respond to it. Not every single person that's going to watch it is going to take action. It's just not possible. But it's up to you to optimize to get the best possible result. So you might get a high percentage, you might get 80%, and I've seen people that have done that. I've heard of people doing that. It is possible. But don't think that that's what you can get to start off with. So if you shoot a video today and then you only get 5 leads, don't sit there and think, well, that's not good enough. This can't be possible. It is. You just need to take action. So put the blinders on. Say, I'm going to do this for 90 days, and I'm going to evaluate after 90 days. Now look at it 30 days in. Look at it 60 days in. Not to say, where are you? Where should you be? This is right. Okay, so this is what result. This is where I am now. How can I get to there? How far am I off where I think I should be? And look to try and see what you can do to get there. This is all optimization. Is you're assessing where you are and how you can make it better. Optimization is all about just making it better. That's all it is. So you can only optimize by taking action in the first place. You can't simply make something better if you haven't got started in the first place. So just get started, make the decision, get started, put the blinders on and say, I'm going to do this 90 days in, every single day I'm going to do it, I don't care, and then see your results after 90 days. By all means, look at it once a week, once a day, whatever makes you feel better. But don't look back and think, right, I should be here, but I'm only here, because that's not the best way. If you look at our company founder, David Wood, right, he set himself a target. I'm going to earn this much. I'm not going to say how much it is, but he says, I'm going to earn this much. It was actually the last day, where he says, I should be here. And truth be told, he was nowhere near. But it was because he said, that is what I'm going to achieve. He stayed consistent. He knew his outcome. It came true. He went well beyond. But it was only because he stayed consistent that this opportunity became available. So if you're saying, I want this, and 30 days in it doesn't actually, all right, well, I'm nowhere near, so how is it possible to get there for 90 days? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen if you give up after 30 days. You just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't look back. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, no matter what. And I'm telling you now that you will get to where you want to go, but you won't get to where you want to go if you look back after 10 days, 20 days, 30 days and think, you know what, I'm not getting the results I'm expecting, and I can't see how I'm going to get there after 90 days. It's just, you just need to keep going, and that opportunity will come, but it will only come if you're consistent and you stay with it. So if you want to do it, you will make the decision to get started. If you want to do it, you will stop at nothing until you get there. It's up to you whether or not you're prepared to just do it once and say, I tried, and that's it, me done. Because if you're prepared to give up at the first attempt, I would ask you how badly you really want it. 20 past 12.
It's interesting because one of our other leaders, Tracy Walker, right? She said that this is a business. They think this is a hobby, right? They have to treat this as a real business, and it's their business. Exactly. So once they do that and they realize that, then they should be able to stay consistent, focus on their goals, their why they're really looking for an online business. And someone said, I heard a comment or a video, I can't remember what it was this week, but someone said that a comment, oh yeah, I know what it was. It was on Periscope, and another friend of ours who is in our company here was talking to someone who was messaging them on Periscope, and they said MLM was dead, and he said, no, it's not. Well, we're not an MLM business, but that online marketing is dead, and no, it's not. It is just barely begun, and more people are going to be gravitating to that. So we are a company that encompasses we offer, what does it say, a platform where they can put their other products on. If they already have a product or in an MLM business, of course, they have to see their income disclaimer with their other companies, whether or not they can use our platform or not. But the thing is, most can. And if they don't, they should get out of that company as soon as they can and join forces with us. Because if they do that, this is not only a product that they can put other things to sell on, it is a business in itself. And they can obviously make much more money. That's what he said, than these other companies. You're making 5, 10% of what those other companies are willing to pay you. He used this example. If you're in a makeup company, you're selling a $7 tube of lipstick. You're making 10%. So what are you making? 70 cents out of that? Or what is it, 70 cents, 70 cents, or 7 cents, whatever. But look how many tubes of lipstick you would have to sell in order to make $5,000. I mean, and not only the amount of customers that you could sell. You know, how many lipsticks can a woman buy? Yeah, I could buy all the colors in the rainbow, but you're not going to have every customer do that. So, and if you had to recruit that amount of people to get into your company so that you could make a 6-figure income, how is that going to happen? So you could still keep your makeup company. Like I also sell, I have another product that I sell, and but it would take me a long time to get to 6 figures. So, but with our products, our digital products, they'd have no shipping. They have, you can have a return. Someone can unsubscribe and say they don't want to, be in this business anymore. That's with any business. But the thing is, what are your goals? What are you in business for? This particular platform, I want to say, are we greedy? You know how sometimes you get that mentality where people say, well, I don't want to be rich. Well, they're not rich anyway, whoever's saying that. And money is a tool to use. So you have to pay the light bill. You have to pay the electricity. You got to buy food, rent, you name it, right? So just think about that, guys. Think about why you want to get into a business. You want to get into a business to make money, to help yourself and to help others. And that's one thing I like about our company is that we're not selfish. You know, if I get a big ticket item and I sell that item to that other person, it's benefiting me, but it's also going to benefit them because now they're going to have the tools to learn how to do this business, generate leads, make sales, and move their business forward for their family, for the lifestyle that they want. And that's what this product it means to me, you know, that I could retire my husband finally. So what can I tell you? Just try it out. Click that link below. Click the link below. And be consistent, as Neil says.
And also, when you do decide to join forces with us, too, stay tuned because we also have a big time special guest next week.
Yes.
So I cannot wait. I'm not gonna spill the beans too much on this because you got to join us first to find out who that is too. So also too, you got value from this. Comment below. Love to read your comments. So comment below as well. You got value from this. And yes, we do have a big time heavy hitter within our company coming out this week. So at the end, find exactly who that is too and what he's going to be sharing. So again, love being on here. Love having you guys watching too. So with that being said, we'll see you guys next week, 6 p.m. Eastern time with our special guest.
Yes.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.